Bill, what's the state of the starting left tackle position as of now?
What is the what?
The state of the starting left tackle position as you get ready for week 1.
Yeah, Matt Kalil's a starting left tackle.
What the hell is Saul Sports or whatever that last call was? What the hell is that?
It's from Free Love, man.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Saul Sports. I want to say shout out to Tenny for holding it down. I also want to send a special shout out to Jay. Yes, sir. We're going to keep dripping. That was very motivational and inspirational. I appreciate that. Really lit a fire under me. But let's get into some conversation, man. And I want to talk about what Bill O'Brien said, right? We're going to talk about the statement that he made immediately after the Detroit Lions versus Houston Texans preseason game on Saturday. So we saw Roger Johnson filling in for Matt Kalil. And Matt Kalil has been below average to terrible at best since he's been healthy enough to suit up, and he hasn't even been healthy that much. So immediately after the game, Bill O'Brien says Matt Kalil, he's the starting left tackle. I mean, you saw the clip. I want to talk about why he would say that. I want to say the emotional response, the reasonable response, and how this is going to impact the players moving forward after he made this statement. So there's a couple of ways to look at this. Immediately, the fan reaction is going to be, that's fucking stupid. Why would he say that? The guy Roger came in and played immensely better. And, people are saying, well, it's the Detroit Lions. This is understood. But also we saw Matt Kalil against the Packers. Understood. Both of these were against second stringers for the most part. You saw a significant difference with Roger Johnson going against second stringers. I think the guy he went to get was about 7-8 sack guy versus Matt Kalil getting worn out. I mean, Matt Kalil was out there looking like a dog when he gets a toy, where he gets a piece of something, he just starts shaking it. Matt Kalil was getting handled. He is not the real deal Kalil. But I want to talk about the statements that he made and the possible impact that it could have, and a couple of perspectives when he said this. So some people said, hey, well, Bill O'Brien is just playing mind games. He likes to manipulate stuff. We've seen him say that I don't know how many players are going to start. He's cut them. We saw Tom Savage. He started for a whole 30 minutes. You've seen guys get cut, guys are going to start, and that he has no problem, I guess, contradicting himself. So I don't know how much I want to put into that. I don't know how much of that is to help out Matt Kalil's fragile ego. I don't know if his ego is fragile. I'm just saying he could possibly have a fragile ego, and I think also it's partially inspiration for both of these guys. And why I say that is Matt Kalil, this is what could happen. If Bill O'Brien comes out and says, hey, Matt Kalil's the starting tackle, he could do one of two things. He could say, oh, well, Roger played real well. I may be the starting tackle now, but I need to step my game up. I'm definitely in danger of losing my job and, possibly getting cut because, that there is the little complicated contract that he has. Or he could go into a zone where he feels comfortable. Oh, well, it's my job. I'm not going to lose it. It is what it is. And shows that he is truly inept and he doesn't put forth that effort to show that he is actually the guy that you want as your starting left tackle. That also can make Roger feel like, okay, well, I played this guy. Let me step it up a notch. Let me prove my worth. And he may go a little bit harder because he wants that starting job, which I think most of us, the consensus is after watching that game is that Roger should be the starter. Again, I don't know what all has been seen in practice. I don't know what all has been going on, but for the most part, Kalil has been terrible. We saw he was getting wore out in Green Bay. He got wore out in the Green Bay game. He got his foot stepped on. He couldn't play today. Now, there's a few other factors going on with his offensive line that I want to discuss in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But right now, focusing solely on the comments that Bill O'Brien made, it could be positive, it could be detrimental, depending on, again, like I said, on these guys' personalities, their egos, the way they respond to criticism, the way they respond to praise. Roger may take it as, man, I clearly outplayed that guy, and maybe he doesn't exude as much effort. Maybe he goes harder. It's really up to the players. I think it was stupid that he said it. I think it was extremely stupid. But he also said, it was hard to see certain things from the sideline, so he wasn't able to, really examine it, that he's going to watch some film. And I wanted to wait to make this video because, today he came out and he said, oh, he's light years ahead. He's looking much better. It's confidence, but it was only one preseason game. Can he do it again? And that's kind of where I am with this whole situation. It's one preseason game. Can he do it again? Even though he looks much better than Matt Kalil, consistency is the key. Can this unit consistently stay healthy? You may have some young guys on that side. I don't know if people want to look at the Pro Bowl He's a Pro Bowler, former Pro Bowler, and maybe this experience, that he has some level of veteran knowledge that he can, spread along to some of the younger guys. Maybe that's why they keep Kalil around. I think there's other talent that's out there that's available that would probably be better for that. I don't know what they're wanting for those guys, so we're not going to get into that. But my big concern is let's not overrush anything. Trust me. I said in the last video I did, I think pretty much every Texans fan, everybody who watched the game said, hey, well, Johnson looked way better than Kalil. He needs to be the starter. Again, consistency is key. Let's kind of see what happens from this point forward. Is he going to keep playing? We've known Bill O'Brien is never consistent in his statements. He openly lies to the fans. He openly lies to the public. He just says things. And so don't take it too much. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, because I'm not taking Bill O'Brien at his word for anything. One day it was, we love Clowney. We want him here. We need him here. And then, the next day it's Clowney trade rumors. Oh, I don't know what he's doing. The statements have been put out there. They know exactly what Clowney's doing. I'm sure he's let the team know what his plans were. So they know what's going on. But you see how the emotions and the responses change. I don't take Bill O'Brien at his word for anything. I really do, though, think it was foolish. I do agree with what Tenny said. If you did catch the most recent Sauce video that was dropped, Tenny dropped a great video. And I don't think that's something he should have threw out there. I think he should have kind of maybe held off on that. He could have dodged that like he dodged a bunch of other questions in that presser. But, maybe saying it's an open competition, hey, it's wide open. That way, that's a message that will let both these guys know you need to be working your asses off. Nobody's in a comfortable position. So, again, it could be one or two things that could be happening. I think we just kind of got to wait and see. But I know the fan response is, that's fucking stupid. He's a dumb head coach. We don't know what's going on. You got some guys out there who are OB stands, and they're going to justify what he said for whatever reason. But I think anybody with two sets of eyes who actually saw the game, then you got to realize too, when you're watching the game on television, you're getting way better angles than people in the seats, than people who are on the sidelines. You're seeing things at a field level view. It's much more difficult, the same as being on the field. It's much more difficult to see certain things that we just, the hole was here. It's much different. So I think you got to take a lot of opinions, perspectives, and things like that with a grain of salt. If you've never been there, if you've never done it, a lot of people have opinions on this, that, and the third. That's why we don't get into a lot of that, because it creates a bunch of stupid arguments that I'm not even going to worry about right now. But we'll talk about that more when the season comes. Bill O'Brien's a numbskull. I think he needs to pick and choose a little bit better as to how he addresses things and how he words things. Roger Johnson should be the starting tackle at this point. I do believe, even if it's a small sample size, that sample size was much better than what you're getting from Kalil. Kalil has been continuously injured. Panthers fans will tell you, Vikings fans will tell you. There was a post that if you look on Twitter after that press conference, go look on Pro Football Talk, I believe, and look at the post where they said that Bill O'Brien says Matt Kalil's a starting tackle, and you'll just see fans from other fan bases just going in. Panthers fans are excited because they feel like he's going to be a swinging door when it comes time to playing these guys. So if these other fan bases feel this way, there has to be a reason, because they've seen him consistently, and this is when he was younger and healthier. I think that you got to go with the future. Kalil is not the future. He's a one-deal guy. Let Roger get out there, get the experience. To me, I think you're going to get better play out of him because he's going to be fighting for something. I think Kalil is in probably for, maybe one of his last little paydays, and I think he knows that. And the fact that the guy, he's been hurt. You signed him hurt. He's come to camp and he's been hurt. You couldn't play him in the game. I have a lot of questions. What is this going to transfer over into the season? And is he going to be healthy? And so, like I said, there's a few other things I want to get into the line. I'm trying to avoid talking about that. I'm going to talk about that in a future video. May come out today, may come out tomorrow. Just stay tuned. A lot of different things going on with the sauce. I know the stream for the pregame had some issues, so I didn't really get a chance to talk about it. Right now, the streams may be minimal, but there will be much more recorded content, hopefully being able to be dropped. Shout out to the Roundtable. Shout out to everybody who's dropping original Texans content, doing it for the city. Independent sports commentators, analysts, creators, whatever you want to call them, people who are really doing their due diligence for the fans, who are doing their due diligence, and they're not under the thumb of any major team or sports team, whatever they do it with the passion, they do it with the love, and they actually are creative. But with that being said, hey, I'm your boy at Honcho. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Go follow on all the proper social media down and below, and you'll get more information, more content if you want to keep rocking with Saw Sports. Make sure you go and follow all of the roundtable links in the description below for every channel, man. Go support all of these guys. Going to be a lot of content coming. Make sure you tune in. But with that being said, hey, y'all the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy. And I'm out.
Perfect.